how we met. That's the kind of topic that we're going to cover today. Mm-hmm. Not really a topic. It's a story.
The topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we thought we'd do something a little light and fun since I feel like everything so far has been like...
It's had a heaviness to it.
Yeah,
I mean,
like,
we make it fun.
Yeah, totally. But it's more like conflict resolution.
Right.
Or areas in our relationship that are more of a struggle that we're working through. Whereas, our 4-year anniversary of the day we met is coming up in less than a week.
Yeah.
And it's also a question that I get a lot. I feel like you probably get it a lot too.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Which is, how did we meet? So we thought we'd tell the story in celebration of our 4 years of meeting each other. Deb and I met at a party, a Canada Day party, in person, which I think is really awesome. I think in the age of online dating, not that it's rare to have a story that you meet in person, but I think there's definitely there's something about it that I really like.
Yeah, there's like more gravity to it for me. It's got a bit more, it's unique for us.
It's just like funner, I think.
Yeah.
Especially.
No judgment against you if you did meet your partner online.
Definitely not. I know people who are in
days,
some really beautiful relationships.
Great way to meet people.
I just personally, for our story, I love that we met in person.
Yeah. So you were working.
I was working, and I don't dress up in Canada Day colors on Canada Day. Maybe I'm just a party pooper, but I just don't like it.
You're just too cool. No, I get it.
It's just not my thing. I don't like holding on to stupid clothes that I have to wear like once a year, kind of like for a tacky occasion.
So I don't know how I pulled this off, because I was in full Captain Canada gear. I was like, I looked sharp, just to be clear. When I say Captain Canada, I wasn't like, wearing a flag as a...
No, you were very like
white
stylish.
Pants,
yeah,
gray t-shirt, and a crispy red blazer. And
I was wearing leggings that had literal sharks all over them.
Yeah.
They were like blue and gray.
And I think a black tank.
And a black, like tank top. Like literally nothing white or red on me.
No. And sharks aren't even really associated with Canada, so it's like...
Yeah, no, they're not.
No.
But I think I was telling people that they were Canadian sharks, and that's how...
It's cute.
That's how I got away with it. So I wasn't begrudgingly working. I'd been working for this company for, I think, 2 weeks when I was offered the chance to work this party, which was just, outside of the restaurant. So
and you're like, I'm not going to celebrate Canada Day, so I may as well get paid.
Yeah, and we were given the option to dress up.
Right.
So if I have an option, I will...
Not take it.
Okay.
So I walk in, and Steve and I walk in, and we both lock on to Steph at the same time. Mm-hmm. And I just like instantly just like kind of was like, excuse me, and pushed past him.
Do you remember where I was standing when that happened?
Yeah, you were in the kitchen, like
I was
next
kind of
to
behind the bar.
Yeah.
Was there like a few people in that circle that we were all kind of like talking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you coming up to me and asking me about my tattoos.
Yeah.
But I also remember being in a circle chatting with a few other people.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like it wasn't...
Didn't seem like a direct approach. It was
exactly.
more like
you were just,
hey,
like,
I'm just going to socialize with these people. And
exactly. And
which actually can make it a lot more difficult to approach a group sometimes.
Yeah.
But
it also kind of diffuses it, because
exactly.
then you can like interact with like who is there and like kind of move to the person you want to talk about, and then kind of like I think it also put like, I don't know how I would have felt in that moment if you just like beelined it to me and I'm like it was kind of like a soft introduction.
Totally.
But yeah, you were like asking me about my tattoos, and I remember you like touching my arm and like asking about like the mushrooms and like the different types of plants on my arm, and kind of getting your foot in the door that
just
way.
A little hand in the door.
Yeah.
So that was our first interaction, and I was immediately very attracted to you. I was just like, whew. Mm-hmm. I don't know that I made the exact same impression, but I can take it.
I was gonna say, how do I put this lightly? Not that I was like, ooh, like not like no way, shape, or form. It was just like you didn't register. Like there was just so.
I can take it. I said I could take it, and I can take it.
Because like I was working.
There's a lot going on.
I was interacting with a lot of people.
Yeah.
So like one more person talking to me.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't feel unusual.
You probably saw the red blazer and were just like, what?
You know what? Actually, I don't know if... I don't remember the blazer. I don't know if you were wearing it.
Oh, I mean,
you might have taken it off.
I
I think you were just in your t-shirt.
Oh, very casual.
Yeah.
So then...
Well, I obviously noticed enough to remember that.
Yes.
Actually, no, you know...
Okay, here we go.
So yeah. Was that the second time? Because I remember we were upstairs sitting around, like on like patio furniture, like on a patio. That's where people usually keep their patio furniture.
Some people just plop it in there
wherever they want.
Yeah.
Did you come and sit down with us, and then was that part of it?
No. The second interaction.
Yeah.
Was you were upstairs with your friend.
Yeah.
And I believe.
Yeah.
And you guys were eating.
We were eating. Okay, that was the second interaction. Then I'm thinking of somebody else. Then.
So this is a Canada Day.
There's a lot of people there.
This is a Canada Day party. This is our courting process.
Yeah.
Happened over the course of like 10 hours or something.
Yeah, we were at the party for a long time. Like, to be clear, so the party started at like noon. Like, it was one of those parties that it's like noon until late, and it was just like open door, come as you want. Like,
and I showed up around like 2 or something.
I feel like you were there really early.
Yeah.
And I was working the like noon to 8 shift.
Right. Yeah.
So I was there all day.
Yeah. So so then the second interaction, you're upstairs with your friend eating, and I come up and I'm just like, hey, how's it going, ladies, and just chatting again, and then is that when I took?
You ate food off my plate.
Ate food right off your plate.
You know, this was actually like a really cheeky, like a good interaction. Like, I remember you coming over and chatting with us, but like it was super playful and like I don't really remember what we were talking about, but I remember really enjoying our conversation. And yeah, I was eating and you go like, are you finished? And as you're saying that, you're like leaning over and grabbed food right off my plate.
Yeah.
And started eating it.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to go all the way down and make a plate. I just wanted a little nibble.
And I just thought that was like a very bold move.
Yeah, potentially uncalibrated. Knowing you now, eating food off your plate now, and I'm like, I gotta like wait for the right.
People that know me, I'm very territorial with my food.
Yeah, I'd say.
And then I don't like to share food.
And then after that little moment, and I remember you kind of being like,
I was like, what just happened?
But then you were also complaining about you being a little chilly.
I think I said something like, oh, I have goosebumps.
Yeah.
And you just like took off your jacket.
And just kind of rested on your shoulders.
Yeah, and gave it to me and like wrapped it around me. And I was like, oh, this is, it's warm on me inside. This is nice. And we had like another cheeky talk. And I remember pretty quickly, you asked me like right off the bat, like, do you believe in aliens? And like... knowing you now, I feel like it was a like a litmus test. You know, is this someone that I want to keep talking to?
Yeah.
The answer is yes. By the
conversation?
Way, totally.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so we have that interaction, and it's risky, but then it's also like loving, and I'm like, I put my jacket on you, so there's like this kind of like intimacy sort of forming where I'm like kind of pushing boundaries with you, and then also, you know, being affectionate and and at this point, you know, we don't know each other.
I didn't even know your name.
Probably didn't know my name. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'd said it.
But I remember after that interaction when I gave you your jacket back and you like went down to the party and I was like hanging out with my friend. At that point, you were kind of like in my mind. It's like, like I like this guy. I liked the boldness.
Yeah, I took an olive and left a seed.
Sure. He's so funny.
Olives are seeds, I guess.
I
left the olive. I left the pit for you.
The like gooey gummy pit. And I was like, see where this
Let
goes.
it grow.
Yeah. Yeah, it felt really like easy. I remember it feeling really easy to talk to you and to have
like our banter flowed right away.
To have a playful banter. Yeah, it felt really easy from the get-go.
Yeah. Next interaction was on the couch? Or was that... No, I think it was when I was perched on the back of the couch like a cat.
Did that happen? Yeah, maybe.
And that's when I got your Instagram information.
That's right. Yeah,
so
I remember you like lying across the back of the couch.
It was a very wide back
like
of the
lounging,
couch, and
like,
I was lounging.
Yeah, it's so funny.
It's so I could talk to people over
in
here
your, like,
and
red
over here.
Blazer and your white pants, your
Drinking
tight
a
little
martini.
white pants. Yeah.
And then I think we were talking about just your art in general, and I was like, oh, where can I see your art?
I was talking about my thesis project because I
Right.
just graduated university,
Right.
and I was telling you about it, and you were like, oh, where can I see it? And I was like, oh, I have some like photos on my Instagram, and you were
Ding.
like,
Yeah.
what is it? And immediately had a,
Yeah.
Devin is following you.
Yeah. Now it would just blend in, but back then you didn't have as many followers.
Back then I noticed.
Yes. And then I probably slip backwards
you just
into the couch.
like head rolled and
then
like
flipped,
a little noodle.
Yeah, and into the couch. And then,
Yeah.
I don't know, time probably passed. And then we're sitting on that couch.
There was a lot going on at the party. A
Yeah.
lot of people, a lot of rooms to go into.
Speaking of rooms, when did you go and see the psychic or the card reader?
I forgot about that. But I feel like that's such a
It's super important.
important part of the story.
I mean, it
of how
doesn't
we met.
affect our story, but I think it
It kind of like
there's
ties
something to it.
something together.
Yeah.
So at the party, they had hired a psychic, a medium. I walk in and almost immediately, and you were there by this point, but we hadn't really had a connection yet. And she was like, "Oh, your partner's here," and I was like, "What?" Nope. She's like, no. She's like adamant. She's like, no. Your partner is at this party, and I was like in the middle, like I was ending a relationship, like the person was definitely not at the party, and she was so adamant, and I was just like, no, like there's nobody here that I'm with.
Yeah.
Like I'm not with anybody, and she just kind of was like, oh, okay, and like moved on.
Yeah.
So I thought that was so strange. Like she was so sure. And then afterwards, she was like, "Oh, I see you surrounded by butterflies." And I mean, like, I could take that a few different ways of like,
That's something a psychic would say.
Going through this like metamorphosis.
Yeah.
I was going through a lot of life changes. I just, graduated from university. I just ended a long-term relationship. I was like, of course, like I'm a butterfly. I just come out of my cocoon,
Yeah.
Starting like this new career venture. But years later, like when we got married, the gazebo that we were in, all the chairs were butterflies and they were like surrounding the area that we were standing in.
So crazy.
So to like look back on like little comments like that where it's like, yeah, you could kind of like make meaning from where you want, but it's also like some things are just too like
she's good.
On the nose to be a coincidence.
She's good. I would love to find her again and be like,
who are you?
Where should I invest?
I mean, we'll probably ask some questions and find out.
Yeah, absolutely.
People.
We should.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you had that interaction, that experience. Had no idea the kind of gravity of it, but cool, fun. The next interaction is we're down on the couch, and you got your leggings on.
My shark leggings.
Your shark leggings.
Yeah, they're covered in sharks.
And I take your leg, and first we're talking about it, and then I'm like, okay, well, do you know what all these sharks are? And
this was all very consensual. He's not just grabbing my body.
No, we're having a conversation about the sharks, and then I just said, okay, well, and I just grabbed your leg.
So now it sounds like you just grabbed my body.
Well, it was
consensual.
It made sense,
yeah.
and I was like, well, what are these different sharks? And so we had this like fun little interactions.
Yeah, I got a shark on my foot right now.
Hey, buddy. It was very light, but it had this kind of like sexual charge.
It was
to
very like I think we were like naming the sharks.
Yes.
And like
and your leg was strewn across me.
Totally. Yeah. Like it was very intimate.
There was stuff happening for sure. We were both feeling it.
Felt a lot of energy. But it was very playful. Yeah, we were like naming all the sharks on my leggings and like what is their backstory? And who are they? Like
who likes who?
Yeah.
And then, in that same interaction, and with the same friend who was up there when I stole food from you, we were sitting there, and I said something to the effect of, so, Steph, what's your story? Are you single? And you, as the honorable woman that you are, said, not single, not really in a relationship. It's complicated. And I said, well, that's the absolute worst news I've heard all day. Listen, I don't want to be that guy, but if your situation ever changes, I'd love to get to know you. That was kind of like the moment where I like expressed like a genuine interest in you. Before that, there had been like this kind of subtle, cheeky playfulness.
Totally. There was like a lot of like flirting, talking, like,
the banter was just like...
Yeah. We do like our own thing for a while, and then we just like,
kinda
find each other again at the party.
Yeah.
And like the thing, I remember is that the banter was so easy.
Yeah.
Like talking to you felt so easy. It wasn't just like this, like, oh, okay, like, type of like,
it was almost this feeling of like, oh, like when do I get to recharge again?
Yeah.
And like feel that energy again.
Yeah.
And then I think at like around the 8:00 mark, when it was time for you to go, you were just like, oh, I'll stay for the fireworks.
Yeah, and I was so not gonna stay. Like, I remember getting ready for the work shift, and like I didn't even really bother to do my makeup. I just like put my unwashed hair, like I clipped some of it back. Like I was like, I just did not give a shit. I was just like gonna get my job done, gonna go home as soon as it's over. Like I did not want to stay.
I was primped and pampered. I was ready to mingle.
Yeah.
Different ends of the spectrum.
You're ready to meet your wife.
I was, yeah. I showed up.
I was like, I was not gonna stay. And I remember, Mimi like trying to convince me to like stay for a little while afterwards. And I was like, oh, okay, I don't know. And I decided to stay a little bit longer. So
then you stayed, and we kind of like, we were not like, hanging out the whole time, but
definitely not.
But there was more, like after you were done working, it was more of crossing paths.
Yeah, like I remember being like we watched the fireworks together. So there were like little moments, like we weren't together the whole time, but then there were these like intimate moments where like for the fireworks we went upstairs and watched them together, and I think I like sat on your lap. Did I?
Whoa.
I think I might have, because I remember having my arm around you and we were talking, or maybe you were sitting and I was just standing, but there was like this high-low thing.
Okay. So this is also up there with the fireworks, is where Heather just was the most amazing wing woman ever. And so Heather's another like absolute close friend of both of ours now. She and I were already close, but I didn't know her at all. You didn't know her at all. You just thought, who is this goddess?
Yeah, so beautiful. She had this like glow around her.
And just like, she just moves with such confidence. Just like a powerhouse of a woman.
Yeah.
And you and I are talking up there, and she is dating some guy at the time, and she kind of brings him over, and she says, I want to introduce you to my favorite man. And Steph sees this goddess of a woman saying, this is my favorite man.
Yeah, I was like, that definitely gave you a lot of like social proof.
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, I was like into you at this point. Like we definitely had a good rapport.
Yeah.
And then I think to have this like beautiful woman come over and just be like, this is one of my best friends. Like I love him. And I was just like, oh, well, cool. Like, just had this like confidence, this energy about her. Like she seemed like someone that I would really want to know and be friends with.
Yeah.
So the fact that you were such good friends with her, like definitely kind of gave me a little more confidence in moving forward with you.
Yeah. So thanks, Heather. We thanked her profusely.
She's definitely part of our how we met story.
Yeah. Now, at what point did you completely blow me off when I asked for your number? At what stage of the night was that? Is that early or late?
You know what? I actually don't know.
But the moment is seared into my mind. But the time at which it happened, I don't remember
either.
But basically, I said, hey, it's been awesome getting to know you. We should exchange phone numbers. And to which you said,
I don't have a phone.
I don't have a phone.
So I actually didn't have a phone. My phone had just, I just smashed it. So I was in the process of getting a new phone. So I legitimately didn't have a phone.
Right.
But of course it came off as this like
total blow off.
Yeah, just this blowing you off type
man.
of move. Like, oh yeah, I don't have a phone. Shit, like can never give you my number.
Fortunately, I'm profoundly confident. And I just kind of kept being cool with the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't remember it being a big deal for you.
No, I think I laughed and go, wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I don't think I've heard that particular one before.
Totally.
But then we just had such good energy. I'm like, well, it must be true.
And I remember like dancing with you.
Yeah, I think that's how I think that's how I really locked in your interest.
Yeah, you were such a good dancer.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like the end of the night and we're like tired. I remember like just dancing with you until I had to go, and I remember just being like, "This is a good time to leave." Like I didn't want to. I didn't want to like.
High.
Yeah, I didn't want to like overstay or like drag it out. I was like, I'm having a really good time with this guy, but like, I should get home. It's getting late.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. It's fun to look back on it, and I think that's one of the things that's not kept us together, but it's something that like adds this extra element.
Yeah, it's like it's a
juiciness.
Fun story.
Well, I hope that was fun for you. And maybe inspiring to go out there and meet people and chat in the real world and connect in that environment.
Cool.
Smooch.
Mwah.
Mwah.